5 years ago, I stopped chasing overnight success and started planting seeds that will actually grow. I wasn't waking up at 4 a.m. I wasn't taking ice baths. I wasn't doing any of the extreme things that the internet loves to glorify. And still, I was able to build a successful business that hit over $1 million. Now, how did I do that? What I did was I focused on small, intentional daily habits, rooted in vision, guided by faith, and aligned with purpose. And those tiny daily habits, well, they've helped me to multiply my income, increase my peace, and raise my sons with more presence than pressure. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 25 tiny habits, or rather micro habits, simple things that you can start today, lucrative friends, that have radically transformed not just my finances, but my entire life. These aren't just tips, these are habits that build a legacy, protect your energy, and help you grow your business without losing yourself. So let's dive in. If you're new here, I'm Pam Obasa, and I lovingly welcome you to my channel. On this channel, I teach you how to make money, but I'm rooted in faith and I'm grounded in my calling. And so if you love that, please stick around. Even if you don't like it and you love the video, stick around anyway. Hit that subscribe button. If you are coming back, welcome back once again. I want to dive straight into this video, lucrative friends, because I have so much that I want to share with you. So I've broken these 25 habits down into 5 different sections because I feel that that helps you to manage them and to implement much more easily. Section 1 is called Mindset Habits for Success. The first thing I want to teach you about when it comes to your mindset habits, the very first principle is to start your day with a 10-minute truth reset. What does that mean? It means at the beginning of the day, the moment you wake up, spend your first 10 minutes speaking the word over yourself, speaking the truth over yourself. No phone, no noise, just you and your truth. I do this every morning. I lay in bed, and before I've even put my feet on the ground, I start with a gratitude and I just start being thankful for every single thing. Thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Thank you that my eyes can open. Thank you that I can think. Thank you for peace of mind. Thank you that I have a sound mind. Thank you for my children. Thank you for my businesses. Thank you for even the things that I'm struggling with. Start your day with that truth reset in order to set the tone for the day. The second mindset habit you want to have in this section in order to be richer is to journal your future self every single week. Now, here is exactly how I do it. Head over to ChatGPT and put in this prompt. I am blank. So you can say, I am a woman, for example, or I am a man. I am aged blank. So put in your age, and then you say, give me 30 mindset prompts that will help me to step into my future self. This is specifically for journaling. In my future, I see myself as blank. And in that final blank, in my case, I always put something as, in my future, I see myself as a millionaire. And this is what I did. And you know what? ChatGPT will give you some prompts, and every single week, you want to grab one of those prompts and journal as your future self. It's going to ask you questions. Just simply answer these questions and step into that future self of yours as you are declaring it. The third principle in this section is that every single week you want to have 1 day of fasting. What does that mean? If you don't understand the principle of fasting, it means that you are going to use 1 day to remove something from your life. Now, in this instance, I'm not asking you to fast from food or water. All I'm asking you to do in this instance is to fast from any negative influence. So on this 1 day, you are going to choose peace. So here are the rules for your fast day. No complaining, no gossiping. You're not going to listen to any negative news. So that means that yes, you might have to stay away from Facebook. You might have to stay away from listening to the news, full stop, or anything that drains your soul. So that might mean people. Sometimes it might mean family. On this 1 day per week, you are going to fast from everything negative in your life. Fourth principle in this section is you're going to use the gap and the gain tracker. What does this mean? It's very simple. What you're going to do is every single Friday, you're going to put out a notepad or a journal, and you're going to write down one thing you gained this week and one thing you plan to focus on next week. This is your gap and gain tracker, and you're going to do that every single Friday. Now, the fifth principle here is this. Set a 3-word weekly intention. What does this mean? It means that instead of doing a long to-do list, you can do that alongside this strategy if you want to, but what you really want to do is this. Choose 3 words to guide your focus and energy every single week, whatever 3 words they are. So for example, they could be joy, peace, and harmony. Those become your 3 words. Or it could be growth, strength, abundance. Those are 3 words. Choose 3 words. These words become your theme for the week. So this section is all about money habits. Now let's dive in because I know you guys love this one. The very first principle in money habits that I want to teach you is this: automate your abundance. One of the things that I did, and I had to learn this the hard way. So when my husband was around, he handled all of the finances. I handled business. He handled all the finances, and it worked well for us because I focused on making money. He focused on investing the money, and this was a brilliant arrangement for us. It worked for us as a married couple. Now the difference is, of course, my husband died, and I took on everything. I had to figure out how to manage my finances, and this was one of the hardest things. I remember just sitting there one day, especially those first few weeks, and this is what really frustrates me about life sometimes, because when somebody dies, there's no space in grief. Even though you're grieving, those letters will still come through the door. Those bills, they will still come. There is no pause. So I was going out of my hair, just, you know, God, just so stressed about the bills that were coming through and letters that would come through and all the different things that were coming through the door that I had to learn just like that to deal with almost instantly. And I learned this the hard way, but it saved me, my goodness, and it helped me to quickly come out of the debt that we had accumulated as a couple in a very quick time. And it is this: automate your abundance. So here is what I did. I'm going to teach you my strategy. I opened up a bank account that allowed me to open buckets, and I opened 20 buckets, guys, of different things so I can automate it. So I'm just going to give you, a few of the buckets that I own, or rather that I run my finances through, the titles of those buckets. And if you want to learn more about my financial buckets, let me know in the comments. Like, honestly, I'm happy to teach you guys because this is my game right now. Okay, so here is what I do. I have about 20 buckets, and some of them are for various things. So I have buckets for each of my kids. I have a bucket for Christmas, for example. So money goes into it every single month towards Christmas. I have another bucket for birthdays for my children and for myself. Again, money goes into that every single month towards birthdays. So when it's time for birthday, I don't have to overthink it. I have money for self-care. I have money for travel. Right now I'm recording and I'm away. I have a bucket specifically for travel. I have a bucket specifically for investments and different types of investments. Stocks and shares investment has its own bucket. Property investment has its own bucket. I have a bucket, guys, called stupid taxes. Now, in this specific bucket, this is where, like, if I get, like, a parking ticket, like something dumb, it comes out of this bucket. Let me tell you how powerful this specific bucket is. Ever since I set up this bucket, I kid you not, I have not had one parking ticket or one speeding ticket, because I just think that there is something powerful in creating a system. I think because I created that system, I've just been more mindful of where I park and how I drive and all of that. I haven't had one single issue with my parking or anything like that. Like I said, I have 20 buckets. If you want to know more about this and you want me to teach you about finances and money management specifically, let me know in the comments, because this has saved me. But the crux of this principle is to automate your abundance. And so even though I have all of these buckets, I have money going into each bucket every single month, no matter how little or how large. So at the end of the year, for example, I get to my children's birthdays and I'm not scratching my head thinking, where am I going to get the money from? Or I get to Christmas and we have Christmas in abundance because, well, I've automated my abundance. Or I get to buying, investing in property, and I don't have to think about the deposit for that because the money is already sitting there. So automate your abundance. The second principle in this section is this: do a money date. Check in with your numbers, check in with your earnings, check in with your spend, check in with your savings, and most importantly, celebrate your wins. This is really important. The third principle in this section is this: use the 10x spending filter. I recently started running my life, my business, and my money through what I call my 10x goals. And so before I buy anything, I ask myself, well, does this thing align with my 10x spending filter? Meaning, is this thing going to 10x my finances? Is this decision going to 10x my joy? Is this new handbag that I want, or is this new pair of shoes that I want, is it going to get me 10x closer to the goal, to my vision, or to where God wants me to be? So before I buy the expensive thing that I have money sitting there to buy, I still ask myself if it aligns with my 10x goals. The next strategy that I want to talk about in this section is this: create a money wisdom vault. So you want a vault that's called Money Wisdom. This is going to help you and you're going to love it. It could be something on your notes app, it could be something on a Google Sheet, or it could just be saved on your phone somewhere, but it's called a money vault. And here is what you do. Every smart financial tip lesson or tool you come across, you want to put them in this one digital folder. So for example, you're watching this video right now. I'm sharing a lot of smart financial tips and tools and strategies to you. Every single one of these need to go in your money wisdom vault. Why? Because one day you want to sit there and just scroll through and pick up a strategy and go, yes, today I'm going to implement the automate your abundance strategy that Pam talked about. I'm going to create my 10x goals, and I'm going to be using my 10x filter. Oftentimes, in this world, we are fed with so much information, and we have information overload. So I don't expect that you're going to watch this video and you're going to remember everything that I have shared. So that's where the money vault comes in. Now, speaking of money vault, so that leads me to sharing this with you. In this video, I'm sharing 25 things that have made me richer. Now, I want to put it in a document for you and hand you that document in your hand and give you some bonus strategies that I never talk about online. If you would like to see that document, let me know in the comments. I don't want to spend the time and effort of asking my team to create something that nobody wants. We are happy to create it so that you can use this essentially as your money wisdom vault. All the strategies that I have used to build my 7-figure business, my mindset and all of that, I want to put it in a tool and put it in your hand. If you would like this, let me know in the comments and we will create that list for you. The 5th principle in this section is this: speak, increase, aloud. You see, many people are killing their wealth and abundance with your words, saying things like, oh, I don't have the money, or I'm broke, man, or my bank balance is skinny right now, or whatever it is that you say, I don't have the money. Stop using your words to tear down your future, to pull your seeds from the ground. Instead, what you want to be saying and speaking out loud is this: I am building wealth on a purpose. Money is multiplying through me. If you keep speaking that, very soon it becomes your reality and not just a prophecy. By the way, I have created an amazing resource for you when it comes to wealth building, so take a look at this.
One of the biggest questions I get asked all the time, guys, is, Pam, how do you make money from home? Like, what is, do you do all of these strategies? To be honest with you, when I first started, yes, I did all of these things that I share with you, and they still work till today. However, there's a specific way that I actually make money online, and I have created a newsletter called Wake to Wealth, where I have listed the strategy and broken it down into activities you can do every single day that will allow you to wake up wealthier. Now, I want to get this into your hand, and so here is what you have to do to get access to this newsletter. What you have to do is use the QR code on the screen right now, or you can also check out the link below this video and in the pinned comment for the Wake to Wealth movement. You simply sign up with your name and email, and voila, you get onto the list, and every single day we send you these strategies at no cost, absolutely free of charge. You definitely want to be part of this. We have around 13,000 people in this movement already. You want to be part of them. So make sure you get onto that QR code on the screen right now or in the link in the description for the Wake to Wealth movement, or just go to waketowealth.com and get started with that.
Okay, let's dive into section 3. This section is called productivity and focus habits, and this is specifically for high performance days. Now let's dive into principle number 1. Follow the one thing rule. What is the one thing rule? When it comes to productivity and getting things done, if you want to be rich, what you do is this: each day you want to complete one high leverage task. What that means is complete one money making task before touching anything else. Now, for me, that might include writing an email or creating some sort of copy or recording some sort of content that has a call to action for people, or my audience, to join my email list or to buy my products or to get on a call with me. Anytime I'm putting out a call to action out there, that is a high leverage task. So in your business and in your money walk, you want to complete one high leverage task every single day. Principle number 2 for your productivity habits: stack your work in blocks and not scattered hours. This has saved my bottom, guys. So what I do is this: I don't do 20 minutes. In fact, I do 90 minutes. So I work, I go hard for 90 minutes and I, complete focus. I put my phone on airplane mode and I just focus on the one thing for 90 minutes until it's done, and then I take a break. And the other thing that I do when it comes to stacking my work in blocks is I batch create. So for example, now I'm recording this video. I'm going to sit right here until the 5 pieces of content that I have planned to record today is recorded, because that is what helps me to be productive. So when you are thinking of the things that you need to do, look at your to-do list and think, which one of these can I stack together that will compound together, help me to get it done faster so that I can get to the place of rest quicker. Principle number 3 is this: use energy mapping. Now, this is something that I started doing not too long ago, but it makes complete sense. Now, energy mapping is where you look at your energy and the tasks that you have to do, and you match them to your energy. So, for example, when you have a lot of energy, you want to focus on high energy tasks. If you're feeling good, that's probably the best time to create some content, right? But if you're feeling a little bit low, a little bit lethargic, a little bit down, all of that, that's the time to do something else that matches that energy. For example, admin can get done in that time when you don't need to show your face, you don't need to talk to anybody. Do it in that space of time. The fourth principle in this section is this: end each day with a 3-win recap. What that means is, at the end of each day, write down 3 things that you have achieved, big or small. Train your brain to see the progress. This, what it does is that it releases endorphins, happy hormones inside of you. You become proud of your day, and it gives you the motivation to want to do more the next day. And if nothing else, it helps you to sleep better at night. I know that's what it does for me for sure. And that leads me to the 5th principle in this section, and that is this: keep a not now list. I also call this the car park. So I have a specific journal for my things, all of these ideas that you have that are not for now, but they will go on a list, because a lot of these ideas are good ideas. But when it comes to being focused, not every idea is good, because not every idea is good at that time. Do you see what I mean? So you might have a good idea, but God is giving it to you for next year, or for tomorrow, or for in 10 years' time. So in order to allow your mind to be at rest and focus on the task at hand, you want to park that idea, or rather write down that idea on a specific list that is named not now. So you can put this on a whiteboard, for example, a blackboard, a journal, on your phone, a digital folder. And anytime you get bored or you have a little bit more time on your hand, you can go back to this list and pick something up from there. So we're in section 4, and in this section, I want to talk about digital habits that make you rich. And the goal here is to control tech and not be controlled by it. So I have 5 principles to teach about here. Principle number 1 is this: no scrolling before sunrise. The very first hour that you wake up is paramount. It is so important. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they use this time to scroll on their phone, to go into social media, to go into their notes app, or to go into WhatsApp, or to check their emails. And what you're doing is you are using this very precious time to, to potentially be distracted, potentially be upset, because you might read something that you don't want to read, see something that you don't want to see, and see something that potentially steals your day. I mean, it's happened to me so many times that I had to make this a rule: no scrolling before sunrise. Instead, what you want to do the moment you wake up is pour into yourself, pour into your spirit, pour into your heart, pour into your mindset, pour into your body. So pray, read, work out, speak good words over yourself, drink some water, do some exercise. Anything that pours into yourself without any distraction is what you want to focus on in this first hour. The second principle in this section is this: use focus mode Fridays, or you can call this focus mode Mondays or Wednesdays, whatever day you choose. But essentially, you want to choose one day a week that is dedicated to deep work only. That means no socials, no notifications, no phone calls. It is completely deep work. You want to just fast the whole day from every single distraction, and you want to use this day to truly just focus on that deep work. And what is deep work? My description of deep work is work that makes you money. The third principle in this section is this: batch create, don't chase content. When it comes to content creation, I feel like a lot of people live in chaos. People want to live stream the whole day, or every single day they are creating content. And the problem with this is, if you're spending all of your time creating content, where is the room, the brain space to actually focus on the activities that make you money? Because content might grow your audience. Yes, it might bring you attention. Yes, it might get you some likes here and some comments there, but it might not increase your bank balance. However, we do still need content, because we need an audience, especially for those of you who run a business. So here is what you do: You batch create content according to theme days. And that's exactly what I do. I don't think I could run this channel or run this business if I didn't have my content days. And so let me bring it home to how I do it. For example, I spend one day every single month to create all of the content for that entire month. Now, granted, it's a lot of energy, but it pays off because I do it in that one day and I know that I'm done. And for the rest of the month, I simply focus on growing the business, making money, and holding on to my joy and peace. Now, let's move into the fourth principle. The fourth principle in this section is this: Inbox Zero Sunday. Now, for those of you who clear your inboxes, as you should, I'm going to admit I don't do this every Sunday, but it's something that I try to do. But here is what you do in this section: you clear your inbox once a week, not every day. Because if you're doing this every day, your mind is in chaos. But if every single week you are clearing your inbox, you are protecting your peace. So you have admin day where you clear your inbox. Now, the way that I've applied it to my life is this: I clear my letters. So inbox is, your emails, but it's also the letters that come through your door once a week. Open all of those envelopes and clear them. Make sure there is nothing nasty waiting for you in there. There are no fines waiting for you there. Just clear them and have that peace of mind. And final principle in this section is this: track your screen time like a budget. Screen time is steal time as far as I'm concerned. And so because it's not really serving you much, you want to make sure that you are auditing where your time is going on your phone. Where are you spending the most of your time? Are you spending it mostly on WhatsApp? And is it serving you? Are you spending it on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever? And is it serving you? You are the CEO of your business, the CEO of your life after God. So, as the CEO, you want to reallocate your time if you find that you are not spending it in the right places. So, we're in section 5, and when it comes to habits for building money, there is no way I would leave off spiritual and legacy habits. So that's what this section is. I want to share with you 5 habits that are spiritual and legacy building that also builds your wealth. Principle number 1 in this section is this: give with intention each month. When it comes to your vision, make a giving plan. When I talk about giving, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about your time, your energy, and your blessings. Give once a day. I try to make one phone call and help somebody. I look at my phone and I pick it up and I check on a friend and I see, how is it going? What do you need? Where are you stuck? What's happening in your life? Is there any way that I can help you or serve you? Obviously I don't have that conversation in one sitting, but that is really the goal of that phone call, to see how the people around me are doing. So give with intention. The second strategy or principle that I live by when it comes to this section is this: take one day off. Now, this is so important, and I don't think I could function. And I think that everybody deserves at least one day off. And this is, of course, scripturally backed as well. You need one full day of rest. Focus on family during this day, focus on worship, focus on joy. And this, you have to make it your non negotiable. And what I find is that this day, and it's happened to me lots of times, you're like, oh, I have a free day. Oh, let me use my free day to do this and to do that. And you can do that as long as it's serving you towards your joy. So in my one day of rest, I actually use it for self-care. I use it to pray, to catch up on the word or anything that I have missed at church. I use it to get my nails done, to get facials, get my hair done. All of those things that I enjoy doing that bring me peace and joy and help me to become more aligned with my goals and more calm as a mom. The third principle is this, and it is mentorship, mentorship, mentorship. Whether you are in the coaching space like I am, it's one thing to coach people, but it's another thing to actually mentor somebody. So I highly recommend that you are constantly pouring into someone else. Because guess what? And here is one thing I have learned about growth: growth only multiplies when you've given it away. It is one of those things that the more you pour it out, the more it multiplies. So the more you bless somebody, you pour into somebody. And so find somebody to coach, find somebody to mentor, hold their hand through life in one way or other. And every quarter, find somebody new to mentor, to teach, to help them to grow. And I promise you that as you are helping them, you are growing too. Principle number 4 is this: keep a daily gratitude journal. Now, I love this. I went into Home Sense and I bought myself a beautiful journal that I write in every single day. And on this day, I just write in the amazing things that God is doing, because it's so easy to lose track of the blessings, to lose track of what is actually happening and to focus on the negative things. But if you shift your mindset and you start counting your blessings and most importantly, writing them down, whenever you have a down day, or what I do is whenever I have a down day, I just go back and I flick through my journal and I just remember, oh, yes, this happened on this day. Oh, yes, I'm so grateful. And I remember the joy that I felt. And I remember, Pam, if that could happen, right, it can happen again. You see, so it encourages you when you count your blessings. The fifth and final principle in this section is this: pray over your future 10x self. We all have a future 10x self. What is your future 10x self? What does she look like? What does she sound like, or he? What does your future 10x self speak like? How much money does your future 10x self make? What does their abundance look like? What does their mindset look like? What does that future 10x self of yours look like? Speak into them. Pray into that person. Pray for that person. Send your prayer ahead of yourself. Speak over the future that you are building for yourself, for your children, for your legacy, for your business, for your bank balance, for your money. Speak into that future self, and you'll find that your prayer just multiplies your blessings. Guys, if you are loving this, do me one favor, please, and share this video. I feel that I am blessed to be a blessing, and so are you. Share this video because you just never know who you might share it with, and this might just be the one thing that they see today that truly blesses them and changes their mindset. So just hit that share button. If you're new to this channel and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love you to join our family. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you love this content. And of course, make sure you comment below this video. By the way, I have created an amazing resource for you when it comes to wealth building, so take a look at this.
One of the biggest questions I get asked all the time, guys, is, Pam, how do you make money from home? Like, what is, do you do all of these strategies? To be honest with you, when I first started, yes, I did all of these things that I share with you, and they still work till today. However, there's a specific way that I actually make money online, and I have created a newsletter called Wake to Wealth, where I have listed the strategy and broken it down into activities you can do every single day that will allow you to wake up wealthier. Now, I want to get this into your hand. And so here is what you have to do to get access to this newsletter. What you have to do is use the QR code on the screen right now, or you can also check out the link below this video and in the pinned comment for the Wake to Wealth movement. You simply sign up with your name and email, and voila, you get onto the list, and every single day we send you these strategies at no cost, absolutely free of charge. You definitely want to be part of this. We have around 13,000 people in this movement already. You want to be part of them. So make sure you get onto that QR code on the screen right now, or in the link in the description for the Wake to Wealth movement, or just go to waketowealth.com and get started with that.
If you love it, show me that you loved it. And remember, I mentioned, if you want to see this as a written document with all of the strategies that I haven't had a chance to even put into this video, that I practice, that has helped me to build a 7-figure business, let me know in the comments. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe and share this video. If we get over 200 comments wanting this specific document for wealth building habits, I will make sure that every single person who comments gets access to it. But I need to know that you all want it, so make sure you let me know in the comments. And if we get over 200 comments about it, we will definitely make sure that you get your hands on it. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you check out this video first.